Alright guys, what is up? Today we're going to be taking a look at the New York Giants, specifically Odell Beckham Jr. So the Giants are going to come out here to start the game in a tight bunch set. So they've got Evan Ingram here on the point. Probably Sterling Shepard and someone else over here. I'm not really sure who, but they're just going to run a very basic concept to get the game going. A lot of teams do this. So up here we're just going to have slant flat with the back getting out in the flat. And then we're going to have a spacing concept, which puts somebody at about 5 yards over the ball, somebody at about 6 to 8 yards, with about 8 yards of separation between the two of them is what they say, and then a flat route over here. So just a really simple zone beating concept, and just kind of see what the defense is coming out in and see what we got. So you're going to see Odell at the top of the screen here, give a nice little release. Comes to balance, a quick 1-2, gets the DB on his heels, and once that DB's hips are turned like that, he's won. So basically what Eli is watching is this guy right here. Does he stay underneath this slant or does he buzz to the flat? And he's going to buzz to the flat, so Eli is just going to put that right behind his ear for the completion to get the game started on a 15, 16-yard play to Odell. First play of the game, get your best player of the ball. And let's get going. So here we are from the back. They're only rushing 4. This is obviously they're releasing the back, so this is going to be a 5-man protection. And it looks like the slide is, let's take a peek at this. The slide is to the left, so this is going to be the zone side, meaning that this is probably the Mike linebacker, one of these guys, probably him. So they're all sliding here, here. He's got his eyes on him, helping here. And then we've got man, and they're just holding up just quick. This is quick game, so it's not a long protection. You see they're just going to just hold up real quick and get the ball out there to Odell for the first down. All right, here the Giants are just coming out in a basic spread set. They have Evan Ingram actually out here as the #1 receiver. They like to move him around, get him in different spots than their traditional tight end lines up in. They're going to free release the back again. I think they do this because, one, as big and physical as Saquon is, learning pass protection in the NFL as a rookie running back is really hard. And then he's such a good pass catcher that I think they just would rather get him out and just be able to throw him the ball quick if they have any pressure instead of him picking it up. So up here to the top of the field, we're just going to get a little slant with a seam corner. And I'm sure they're reading this. 1 high, it's a corner. 2 high, it's going to be a seam. Pretty basic concept. And then down here, we're going to get either a sail or scissors concept. They're both pretty much the same. I'm going to call it sail because we have this flat control player. And basically, Evan Ingram is running this post and trying to clear this out. And Odell's going to run this corner and flatten it off into space and getting that void right there. And try and get friendly to the quarterback and make a catch here. You see Odell start to round this thing off, and you're going to see him come back downhill to attack the ball so that this guy can't drive on it, this guy can't undercut it. Be aggressive making the catch and ensure that you are the first one to touch the ball. Don't let anybody undercut it. And it's a great catch, toe tap on the sideline while getting hit. That's just the kind of stuff he does. He's been doing that since he got in the league. Let's look at the protection here. Again, they're sliding left, your basic 5-man protection. So we've got kick set here, post set here, kick set here. These two are man-to-man. And then we've got the center sliding this way, looking for this guy blitzing. Not really a threat from that depth. So he's just going to help on whoever needs it. And again, we've got Barkley free releasing into the flat. You see they only rush 4 and actually do a twist here. So he's going to come out here, and Vic Beasley here is going to loop back around, and they do a good job of passing this off. You see him pass it off, and the guard's waiting for him. And they've got nothing there. And then let's look at this catch by Odell in slow-mo. Going up and getting it, taking the shot in the back, and securing the catch as he goes out of bounds. All right, so here we're going to get Evan Ingram coming in motion so we can see this man coverage, right? This guy's got him man-to-man. And what the Giants are going to do here is run this double-end concept that's so popular. And this route can either be a read based on safety, so middle of the field you're breaking the corner, middle field closed, middle field open. You're running the seam or post bender there. And then these two are just running these in routes and trying to get a little bit of rub, trying to see if they can win against man coverage. And Odell over here is going to run a fade comeback. And that's where Eli's going with the ball. He doesn't even look at this concept over here, which is great against man-to-man. And you've got a really good route runner here in Sterling Shepard and a good big body tight end and Evan Ingram. He doesn't even look at him. He's focused on Odell, and I think that's part of what his problem has been recently, among other things. But if we just watch this here, you're going to see Sterling Shepard is the first one I want to have you watch on this little three-step set. I mean, I'm telling you guys, this works every time. It puts the DBs on their heels, and they guess, and they're off balance. So he's going to skip off the ball a little bit, that right step, little in, big out, and then back in. In, out, in. In, out, in. You really sell it on the second step. The shoulders outside of the framework of the body, cross them over, and look at that separation. That's such an easy throw. That's like playing catch in the backyard. And Eli's trying to throw this, tough route. Let's watch Odell. He's going to release like he's running the fade. And he almost wins too much on the fade. He gets between, the DB gets between him and the ball. If he was running the fade, there's a lot of room to throw it out here. But the DB's in decent shape when he comes back. And then bad ball by Eli. That thing needs to be thrown on this pylon right here, and it's thrown inside. Odell actually makes the catch, but it's just so far away from his body that it gets broken up by the defensive back there. All right, here we just have the Falcons are just bringing the house, right? Everyone's in the box, really. Man coverage on these two, man coverage on Odell. And I don't know if this is called or if Eli sees it and signals a fade out here. We can't see the beginning of the play before they're lining up on the ball. But Odell's just going to run a fade, and he does a great job of stacking his guy. And Eli just drops it in the bucket, and he's going to make a great catch over here. And this is great quarterback play by Eli. I just bashed him on the last one, but he gets out of here. This is great quarterback play by Eli. He gets out of here fast. This is what we call retreating with dignity, where you're throwing on a back pedal. Don't just run out of here. A lot of young quarterbacks see this and they just scramble. And you got the throw. You just got to buy yourself just a smidge of time. You see him backpedal like this and get it out. And Odell's just going to skip off the ball as if it's a run play, kind of hesitating. Nothing to see here. And then boom, releases outside. Great with his hands. Great fighting pressure with pressure. Getting back inside. Look at him wrap it around the top. Getting held there. And then the catch and the toe tap is just pretty special. I mean, that's just great athletic play, great ball skills for the touchdown there. So we're going to take a look at the end zone view here, and you're just going to see these tight splits by the O-line and tight ends, and they're all just going to slide and wedge block down the middle. I think that this may have been like a quarterback sneak or something. And Eli just doesn't tell anybody else and just gives Odell the fade. Says, I'm throwing the fade, because this is not, you're not going to hold up in pass protection very long when everybody's cutting and wedge blocking. But you see Eli retreat, just get enough space from 27, who's diving over the top to get the ball off. And then look at the catch by Odell. You'll see him stack them, toe tap, great play for the touchdown. All right, here the Giants are in 22 personnel, so they have a fullback, a running back, two backs, and a tight end here, and a tight end here. But they're actually going to get in this slot strong formation. So they only have one receiver, which is Odell, but they're going to get in a kind of a pro-style passing formation, right? So slot tells the Z receiver, who is in this case Evan Ingram, to go into the slot on the other side, giving you just a tight end and a back over here. And then the fullback is in strong alignment or king alignment. There's a bunch of different terms they use to tell them that he's not in a traditional I. He is to the strong side, or it could be weak, or queen, or far, near and far, another one. But we're just going to get a clear out route here by Evan Ingram. Odell's coming in and running this dig You're going to see him really speed cut it and run out of it and get a lot of separation. And then we're going to have this tight end here running a shallow cross to kind of suck up these linebackers and the underneath coverage. And then Saquon's going to get his check and out into the routes. So if we watch Odell here, you're going to see him get into the DB's blind spot, right? Like one more step, and he's releasing out here. So he's really threatening this guy vertical. And he's just going to stick this foot in the ground and roll out of it, right? Instead of, breaking down right here and doing short choppies and coming, flat across and letting this guy break on it, he's sticking his foot in the ground and rolling and getting into this open space quick. There's a lot of space in the middle of the field, and he knows that, and he's got to get there, right? If he breaks down, this guy's still in the throwing window if he's taking his time and setting him and breaking down, but he's just rounding it out, ripping it through there, and making the catch. But we'll look at the protection here. It's going to be a play action, and the line doesn't do a great job of selling it. I think it's supposed to look, kind of like power, but the line kind of pops up, and they have to take care of their protection responsibility first. So I get it. So everyone's just really sliding this way, sliding, and then the back's fitting off the edge here, and they're just going to try and stay firm. The back, who is actually a tight end, gets blown back there a little bit, but he holds his ground. And you give Eli enough time. The guy in his face makes a good throw, hits Odell in stride. This is so big for young quarterbacks, is to be able to lead guys and get the ball 1 foot in front of the numbers when they catch it, right? So he doesn't have to break stride. He's catching and running away from this guy, and we want him to get here now. Split 2, avoid 1. Or even split these 2. But you don't want to dance around and let the pursuit come. That's how you get hurt. Great catch, great first down there by the Giants. All right, so this is the same concept we just saw, but out of a different formation. So now they're in 11 personnel, with this being the tight end right here, and the rest of them are receivers. And he's going to motion over, giving you that man zone read. So we'll see when he motions over. Nobody comes with him. They adjust, though, so it is zone coverage. And we're just going to get, the clear out here, the shallow here, and then the dig here. Same play, same route by Odell, runs it the same exact way, and gets in that open grass, and Eli just misses him this time. You'll see this working. You see this linebacker dropping under. You see it holding his eyes. You'll see these linebackers sucking up on this shallow, and you've got all this grass to get the ball to Odell here. And, just unfortunate that they missed that throw, because that could have been another big play for him. So the protection is going to be a little bit different this time. Probably pretty similar, but from different alignments. So like you said, this tight end is just taking the spot of that fullback that was in the backfield and coming here to fit. Now he's just here fitting now on this DN, and then everybody else is sliding down, and just taking care of their gaps. It's a full slide protection, little play action fake, and you're going to see Saquon come and help this tight end here in a tough matchup with the DN. And this time Eli actually has a cleaner pocket. He does a good job of stepping up, manipulating the rush, and he sets his feet. There's no one around him when he throws the ball, and he just misses. The Giants are coming out here in this three-man bunch, this tight bunch that they like to do. And Odell's going to be right here just running a now route, which is a one-step slant that you keep on the move. You fly through the middle of the field, trying to run away from coverage. And what they're trying to do is to get a little bit of a rub here with Ingram. So he's going to stutter and arc release on this widen and go route. And then we're going to get whoever this is, I think it's Sterling Shepard, arcing around it and running a basic. So it's really just a drive concept where the quarterback is reading this shallow, this now route to this basic route. He can be alert to this and man coverage if Ingram wins, but they're really just looking to get Odell the ball quick and let him run. So you'll see this release pattern here, this rub where this guy has to go underneath Ingram, and that gets him even further away from Odell. And then this guy's actually got Saquon man So you'll see him step up to take Saquon man-to-man, and Odell's able to run right behind him and just catch the ball and get vertical. And that's a much better job of splitting two there. Running full speed and taking what you can get. Let's take a look at the protection here. Looks like they're rushing 5 this time, so they're gonna blitz this linebacker number 59 who's walked up, and they've only got 5 in protection here. So you're just gonna see everybody's got a man. We're kicking to him, kick setting to him, kicking out to him, kicking out to him, kicking out to him. If this guy comes, Saquon probably has him, but he sees him release and he's coming and running his route, whatever it is, I can't remember, but it's going to suck 41 up, and you're going to see Odell just get right behind number 41 here. And all this grass to catch and go, and then you see this, 2 defenders, and he's just splitting and getting vertical, trying to get as many yards as possible. Alright, so here the Giants are going to just line up in a spread formation out of 12 personnel with their 2 tight ends in the slots. And they're going to get what is called Palms coverage, which is a form of cover 2. And basically they're just matching and passing off routes. So the safeties have vertical routes. The corners have anything in the flat. So they have the perfect play call. They're going to have the tight ends run these 2-step flat routes, these arrow routes, where they're pushing up for a little bit of depth and then getting into the flat. And the receivers are running these circus routes, these stem corners. They call them benches in the NFL. Bench route, circus route, seam 7, whatever you want to call it. And they got what they want. Odell runs a perfect route against perfect leverage, and Eli's just going to miss the throw here. So you're going to see, this corner's got to honor this. This corner's got to honor this. And you're going to see both of these circus routes come open. There's so much room to throw the ball. And Eli just misses. And go ahead and delete these notes so we can watch Odell's route all the way through. It's a perfect route by Odell. So you're going to see him dive inside, straighten up. Now this middle of the field is open. So this corner, or the safety, is worried about getting beat across his face. So he's got his hips flipped to the middle of the field. You're just going to see Odell just give him a little jab to loosen him up, and he's got all that space, and I mean that's not even remotely catchable there by Eli. That's unfortunate because that was a perfect play for the coverage they got. Probably a ton of film study went into that, and they weren't able to execute. So here we're going to get 4 rushers again. The same 5-man protection. Slides coming this way. And so when this shade rushes into the A gap, the center is going to help out because 42 does not come, and then you got your man side over here. Simple protection. The Falcons have not brought a lot of pressure, so it really makes it easy for the O-line, which is good because that's where the Giants have struggled a lot this year. And you're just going to see, it's just not a good throw by Eli, unfortunately. All right, so we're going to get a big play action shot here. You're going to see the play action in the backfield. They got 2 tight ends in here in a wing set, both going to be in protection. And we're going to get double moves here. So we're going to get a post corner here by Sterling Shepard. And then Odell's going to have an out and up, but he's getting held. He does a great job of fighting through the contact and not giving up on the play here. You're going to see right here, he tries to break out. This guy holds him, and he just fights through it. Does a little bit of a tug to pull himself through against the coverage here, and it wins over the top. The DB loses balance, and that's another big play. And he comes really close to scoring. He almost gets by this guy without getting tripped up there. And this corner's looking for his flag because he thinks that he got offensive pass interference, but he was holding the crap out of Odell. So let's look at the protection here. Again, full slide. Everybody's sliding. This is what they've been doing to make it easy for this offensive line. Sliding. He's picking up him. He's sliding to help. He's got him, and he's coming out here. And they're just going to slide everybody, help where they can. Saquon's going to step up and help with Evan Ingram there on the defensive end, a tough matchup. Eli's got all day. You just see the separation by Odell. Nice catch over the shoulder. trying to make something happen after the catch. On this play, the Giants are coming out in a very base formation. Y attached to the left side with the Z, both into the boundary, and then you got your slot receiver and your X out here. Just a doubles formation. This is day one install stuff, and they're just going to run quick game, helping out the offensive line, helping out Eli, just trying to get the ball out of his hands quick. So we're just running a slant here with the flat, and then over here we're just running your basic stick concept. So we're stick here. And then we're running an out route here, your two-man stick. Now, if it was three-man stick, we'd have someone else out here who's running an outside release go ball, but it's just the two of them. So you're just going to see that here, and then Odell's going to motion in, and they're going to soften up coverage, right? So that they're getting the zone read here. It looks like zone coverage. He's going to have some space to run this little out, and Eli's just going to get the ball to him quick. Just a four-step speed out, wrapping it back downhill to the ball. And then he's trying to do, something after the catch, trying to see, if he can get this guy to take the cheese, and he doesn't, so he just gives him a little stiff arm and steps out of bounds there. Again, if I had to guess, it looks like they're just rushing four, and they're probably just going to do their three-man or their five-man slide protection, sliding here with eyes on him. This is going to be your Mike ID, kick setting here, and then you got your man side here, kick setting on them. Easy protection, getting the ball out of Eli's hands quick. Little flash fake to Saquon just to hold this guy in here just a little bit. You see that? And he's got Odell out there for an easy gain of about 8 yards. Just throwing and catching, helping Eli out. All right, on this particular play, this is something I don't really understand. I feel like Eli should have the control to do this, and should have, he obviously has the football IQ with his career and his background. I don't understand why he doesn't do this. But you see this safety start to roll up, and you see the leverage that this corner is playing with. I'm giving Odell a bang post here, and I'm gonna just, either flash right here or just bounce Barkley over here and flash right here to hold this safety. Maybe even put him in the flat, and that's a touchdown. But instead, they're going to run this 10 to 12 yard speed out here, your bench route, your scout route, whatever you want to call it. And he makes a good throw, but there's going to be a linebacker or a safety, I can't remember who, dropping underneath. It's going to be the safety following this QB's eyes. He has no responsibility. Run him on a seam or something to hold him, but this guy almost buzzes under and picks it off. But Eli does make a good throw. Odell runs a good route. This is a route that a lot of young receivers need to get good at. The 6-step speed out. There's a bunch of different names for it, but a lot of young receivers want to break down and chop their feet. But you're just taking 6 steps on that third inside step. You're rolling out of it. So if we just look at it in slow-mo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, coming out of it flat and attacking the ball in the air. I mean, that's a great catch right there, getting the feet down. And I mean, if you look at the window to throw this that Eli has, I mean, this guy could easily buzz under that and pick it off if it's a bad throw. So that's a great throw by him. And up top we just have a flag concept, which is going to be a deep corner, and then this flat return route. I believe a lot of teams call that China route. You've got a throw there on the flat to Ingram if you want it. All right, so we're in the red zone here, and the Giants are going to try to isolate this matchup right here with Odell Beckham into the boundary as the X receiver, one-on-one with this corner, and they're going to try and get him on this bang post here and complete the ball before he gets to this safety. On the backside, we're going to get this two-man concept, which is going to be a dig and an out and up by the tight end. And I'm assuming this is a two-man concept. Usually what the teams do when they have a two-man concept and they want to run it to the three-man side and they don't have a pre-existing way of doing it, they'll either send this guy on a pipe or a post or a seam, whatever you want to call it, right down the middle of the field. But they can't do that because of this bang route. They can't get in the same window. So the other option is to run this option route here, 5 yards, and then you can break out away from coverage. And this is going to help to suck these linebackers up and help you throw the ball over their head. So that's what they're doing here, and they get what they want on this bang route. Odell has a nice release here, jab him outside, quick 1-2, inside release. Fights him pressure with pressure, leans into him. He's going to try and use a little flipper, and then he gets held. I don't understand how they don't call this. It doesn't make sense to me. That's such an easy call. It's Eli trying to force it. Even if he doesn't get held and snaps it flat like he should, it's a bad throw, and he really should be reading this side over here. If you want to take a look at this, the dig is going to open up in here, and this guy's passing off the out and up to nobody. So they're both open. To the field, both of those routes are open, and Eli's trying to force it to Odell. They're not getting that call, which is unfortunate because that should have been a pass interference. The Giants are just going to use their 5-man protection here. Looking at this, I'd say they're probably going to make this guy the Mike ID and slide to that side. So we're kick set in here, set in here with our eyes on this guy. And then we're going to post set this guy, kick set here. And if 29 or 59 come, Saquon's going to take him. If not, he's releasing into his route. And that's exactly what they do. So he's checking and swinging to get this guy cleared out of here to have a window to throw the ball somewhere in here for that bang post. And it's really, it could probably still be completed if Eli just throws a good ball. It's just